As a content creator, it's always been a dream of mine to reach out to larger content creators and to make videos with them, or at least to speak with them. Yet, the process of doing so is a lot more difficult than one would expect. It's seemingly impossible to be able to make contact with someone whose channel is on a whole other level from yours. However, the true distance between you and this individual is a lot shorter than you think. There's a theory that exists called the 6 degrees of separation that will help you realize just how much closer these people are than you think they are. To put this theory into simple terms, anyone on this planet is no more than 6 connections of people away from you. To give you an example, you are no more than a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend away from anyone on this planet. Nonetheless, that does not mean it is suddenly much easier to contact someone. Yet, I'm embarking on a journey to utilize this theory to reach out to larger content creators in my niche. I hope to either interview them in a voice call or to challenge them to something like a 1v1 on Hypixel. I don't know how long this will take, but I should reveal it as this video progresses. So, let's make a plan. First, we need a name for our operation. Let's call it Operation Contact. I will need to assemble a list of larger creators I want to attempt to contact and then work backwards to find connections I have to them before then attempting to make contact. This operation will make use of the 6 degrees of separation theory. Will I manage to make contact? Let's find out. The first step we will need to take is to gather a list of creators I can reasonably gain contact with. I'll be focusing on Minecraft creators only and generally looking between the 250,000 to 1 million subscriber range. After thoroughly looking around, here's a list of channels I will attempt to contact organized by subscriber count. We'll assume that the lower the sub count, the higher the probability they'll reply to me. The next step is my attack plan. Without the 6 degrees theory, I probably would have just tried to add them as friends on Discord or send them an email on their business account, but the likelihood of that working is near impossible. I may not be a large content creator, but I guarantee that my email will be swept away in a sea of other emails. And as for my friend request, yeah, there's no chance. There are 2 ways I could go about this. Option A, name MC. If you look up a profile and name MC, and you've created an account for it, they provide a degree of separation widget. This widget shows the degrees of separation between you and another user if they also have a NameMC account. Option B, Discord. As a social platform, Discord provides the ability to add friends, and using that, I can check for mutual connections with either the creator themselves or their staff and friends. Since Discord allows for direct messaging and friend requests, it will be much easier for me to communicate with people. Therefore, I shall be using option B, Discord, to enact my plan. This step is the most time-intensive step of them all. To complete Operation Contact, I have put many hours into researching the connections of each of these content creators. I joined their Discord servers, I went through all of their profiles, staff profiles, friends of staff profiles, to try to find any mutual connections that I have to them. And after days and days of research, checking mutuals, finding out who staff talk to the most, and trying to befriend them to see if we can get mutually connected, I finally had to bring the operation into the next step. The results of my countless hours of scanning Discord and listing all the relationships ended with these results. For obvious privacy reasons, I will be keeping the identities of these people anonymous. Wow, it's been nearly 6 months since I started this project, and I think it's about damn time we see the results from our research. We'll start by going through the list of people I was able to find connections with, and we'll address them by subscriber count to make it simple. The first of which will be Target 3D Gaming. After doing some digging, I was able to learn that I had 3 pathways that connected me to Target 3D Gaming. And for each of these cases, I knew a friend of Target's. And as I stated earlier, I will not disclose any of their names as I value their privacy. And I also felt it would be wrong to reach out to Target through multiple people at the same time, as it could be seen as a nuisance. So instead, I opted to choose just one of the 3 people that I knew that I could reach out to Target through. I made successful contact with a friend of Target's, and they were able to relay a message to him for me. However, from what I gathered, Target never really responded to my request, which is fully understandable. Up next is Wax Fraud. As luck would have it, Wax Fraud and myself already shared a mutual friend. However, to summarize it, I was not able to make any progress in contacting Wax. At this point, I started to realize that it might be impossible to reach out to the remaining content creators. But I quickly ditched that thought when I realized something. Apparently, by some stroke of luck, my old Discord account had Radoons added as a friend. Back in 2020, we both happened to be part of a Discord server for Hypixel content creators called Hi Creators. This was a major breakthrough as I had zero luck so far. I hurriedly typed up an essay for Radoons to read and threw my idea out into the open to see if he was interested in it. At first, he seemed to be really on board with it, and I was excited to finally be able to feature someone in this video. But then, the unthinkable happened. Radio silence. At first I thought that maybe he had just forgotten about the idea, so I sent him a follow-up message, and then another, and then I waited, and waited, and waited. As you could probably tell from where this is going, I was ultimately ghosted. But hey, that's to be expected from these large YouTubers. They have a lot on their plates, and if I recall correctly, Radoons is a college student, so I can fully understand him not being able to fit this into his schedule. Now that we've gone through the first half of the list, let's address the second half in a more brief manner. I was not able to contact Fizzy or Bad Boy Halo at all, as I was unable to reach any of their mutuals. However, over the course of the last 6 months, I did manage to chat with someone who shared Ish as a mutual friend. But unfortunately, it would seem that Ish has been too busy with his next 1,000 player simulation video. In conclusion, I was not able to successfully interview or challenge any of these YouTubers to a duel in Minecraft. However, I wouldn't consider this video a failure. I clearly proved that the 6 separations theory exists and that these YouTubers are truly within reach. Far more than I ever thought possible. And I already have plenty of great connections in the YouTube space, so it's not like I'm really missing out on anything by not being able to reach out to these guys. Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you like this video format, then drop a comment down below to let me know. Have a nice day, y'all, and remember to check out more of my content.